Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
It's been 4 days since the US election results came out, and Joe Biden was recognized by various world leaders as the president-elect. But the Trump administration is not open to a peaceful transition of power. US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said Wednesday that there will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration, insisting Donald Trump will remain in power.
There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. All right, we're ready. The world is watching what's taking place here. We're going to count all the votes. When the process is complete, there'll be electors selected. There's a process. The Constitution lays it out pretty clearly.
Meanwhile, Joe Biden didn't mince his words about Trump's refusal to concede the election.
Sir, what do you say to the Americans that are anxious over the fact that President Trump has yet to concede and what that might mean for the country?
Well, I just think it's an embarrassment, quite frankly.
Here is why the transition of power from one administration to the next is so important. Usually in the US, the losing presidential candidate concedes after results of the election are announced. Then the president-elect, who is only inaugurated in January the following year, forms teams that begin gathering information about federal operations. This ends up forming the backbone of the next administration. However, Trump is not willing to concede, which has delayed this process. Instead, he has alleged voter fraud in states like Pennsylvania and Michigan. He recently retweeted a video of a US Postal Service worker who had alleged ballot tampering, calling him a patriot.
My name is Richard Hopkins. I am the postal employee who came out and whistle blew on the Erie, PA Postal Service, postal office. I am right at this very moment looking at an article written by Washington Post. It says that I fabricated the allegations of ballot tampering. I'm here to say that I did not recant my statements. That did not happen. That is not what happened. And you will find out tomorrow. And I would like that the Washington Post recant their wonderful little article that they decided to throw out there out of random.
In the video, Richard Hopkins, now called an election whistleblower, criticized a Washington Post article that said he had admitted to fabricating these claims. According to the Washington Post article, Hopkins allegedly made up a story that postal workers were made to accept ballots even though they were postmarked after Election Day. On both tweets, Twitter added a disclaimer suggesting this could be disinformation. Speaking of disinformation, the North Carolina Republican Party recently put up a clip of Joe Biden allegedly admitting to voter fraud, and that video touched 1 million views.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
But this was from an interview in mid-October where Biden was describing how in America, which is who he meant by the word we, there is allegedly a situation created by Republicans where people, usually those of color, are discouraged to vote. Meanwhile, Democrats and some news networks have said there is no evidence of the president's claims about voter fraud. CNN and Fox News recently cut off Trump's speeches midway and told their viewers that there is still no evidence of what he is saying. Today, Trump's White House press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, went on Fox with a stack of 240 pages of sworn affidavits that she alleged proved voter fraud. But those documents are yet to be analyzed. It's safe to say the aftermath of the US elections is getting murkier and murkier by the day. For ThePrint, this is Pia Krishnankutty. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Delhi to DC. Do stay tuned for more developments. For more, visit ThePrint.in and also follow us on social media.